only a pre-recorded lecture. I want someone to guide me, to inspire me, to give me a systematic, structured weekly study plan. I want someone to speak to me when I'm low. I want someone to help me out, right, in solving few of the doubts. Please launch a live online course based on huge demand from the serious and sincere students. Starting from June 1st, I will be starting an CAT 2020 live class crash course. This entire year, I plan to launch only 2 batches. CAT exam success is nothing but learn, practice, rinse, repeat, achieve. This is the thumb rule for a CAT examination, right? Suppose you have watched the video lectures, then all the mock papers which I prepared, 15 mock papers video analysis of quant and LRDI also I will give it to you as a part of the course, so that you will come to know if Anil Nair is attempting the paper, on what basis he will choose the question. And probably with watching more and more video analysis, the test will be right directly. I will tell you the paper, how I attempt the paper. With this you will develop a strategy on how to attempt the paper. What will be the validity of the course? Validity of the course will be 8 months from the date of joining. If you join from on June 1st, calculate 8 months. Hi all, very happy afternoon to each and every viewer who is listening to this special algebra workshop. Those of you who have been watching my YouTube live classes, yesterday we did algebra workshop 1 and workshop 2. These workshops are especially designed to cover all the possible models of questions that comes in varied competitive examination. We will start with fundamentals, then we will discuss the basic level, and we will go up to a CAT level. Thereby your chances of attempting every possible question in this particular type, you can do it. Algebra workshops, this is workshop number 3. I think we will do workshop 3 and workshop 4. Total 75 plus questions I have prepared only on progressions. Only 75 plus unique, different and most repeated patterns on progressions I discussed. Yesterday we did, those of you who missed it, yesterday we did algebra workshop 1 and 2. These are nothing but the topic wise workshops. We did 40 plus questions yesterday. Yesterday we did it based on quadratic equation. Today we will do it based on progressions. Extremely important topic and very easy topic. Mostly 90% of the questions can be solved using logic. Hopefully by the end of, I will take the session, right? 2 sessions I will try to take it. 2 to 4 p.m. I will take it, right? And then I will also try to cover possibly from 5 to 7 p.m. 2 to 4 p.m. and 5 to 7 p.m. 2 to 4 p.m. and 5 to 7 p.m. At night 9 p.m. At night 9 p.m. or possibly you can call it little early also. Instead of 9 p.m. there will be an 8 p.m. session, right, which is nothing but the introduction to CAT course batch. What is that I expect, how the students should prepare, how am I going to take the class, right, when am I going to take the class timings, right, when am I going to take a mock analysis, everything I am going to discuss. Actual subject class will start from tomorrow. Subject class will start from tomorrow. As most of you are enrolled already knew that, right, we are going to start with geometry. We are going to start with geometry. And there will be 18 hours live classes every week. At 8 p.m. for about 30 minutes of time, I will tell the students the various execution plan of Anil Nair in this CAT crash course batch. Kindly take a notebook and a pen. Kindly take a notebook and a pen. Make a note of every important concept related to progressions. Related to progressions. So we will stop at algebra workshop 3 and 4. Then there will not be any other workshops that will be available to as a free add-on to an every student who watches my videos. The further all the other workshops, number system workshops, arithmetic workshops, algebra workshops, geometry workshops, modern maths workshops, CAT bootcamp workshops, all will be given as an part of the paid course, students. In case if you are someone who want to enroll for the CAT course batch, right, possibly you can speak to me after the class. Let us not waste time. Now it is 2:06. There will be a 2 hours non-stop content which is till 4:06. I will only take the problems. Let us get into the class. First problem, write progressions, question number 1. Seventh term of an AP is 40. Find the sum of its 13 terms. Please do not listen to my class only for solving problems. In every problem, I will tell you the concept that is used in the problem, and I will change the question so that you will understand the various flavors of asking the question. First, we will see the concept. First thing, average and arithmetic mean. Both are synonyms. Average and arithmetic mean. Both are synonyms in arithmetic progression series. What is average? Average is nothing but sum of all quantities. Average is nothing but sum of all quantities by number of quantities. Average is nothing but sum of all quantities by number of quantities. If the number of quantities are n, then it will be Sn by n. Average is, in general, it is given by sum of the quantities by number of quantities, and it is also given by first term plus last term by 2. It is also given by second term plus second last term by 2. It is also given by third term plus third last term by 2, and so on. It is also given as middle value. This value could be present in the series or may not be present in the series. Average is defined as sum of the quantities by number of the quantities. Average in arithmetic progression. In arithmetic progression is defined as FT is nothing but first term plus last term by 2, second term plus second last term by 2, third term plus third last term by 2, third term plus third last term by 2. This is second point, a lot of good quality questions which we are going to discuss. Let me first show you the various kinds of questions that I am going to solve. Every question is unique. Every question covers a concept. Wherever the concept is new to you, I have taken minimum 2 or 3 questions. Every possible model I have covered it. Possibly any student who is preparing for any aptitude exams, hopefully after the class, there are total 40 questions on workshop number 4, and there are 35 questions for practice. Total 75 questions which we are going to discuss. Kindly do not miss any of the problem. Every problem you will learn a concept. How to apply, when to apply, what to apply, and where not to apply. Everything you are going to learn it in the class. Now see here. First one, for everything I will use a concept. Average is nothing but sum of all quantities by number of quantities. The first one is a generic definition. If I optimize it into an arithmetic progression, average is given by first term plus last term by 2, and it is also called as the middle value. For example, 1, 4, 7. 10, 13. If the series is there, average is nothing but sum of the quantities by number of the quantities. These one generic definition of average. It is also nothing but first term plus last term by 2. It is also nothing but second term plus second last term by 2. It is also nothing but middle value. I hope the definition is clear. Average can also be defined as sum of the quantities by number of the quantities. It is also defined as first term plus last term by 2, second term plus second last term by 2. It is also given as middle value. Any definition you can use it, but depending upon the merit of the question, I will take a particular logic. Now see here. The seventh term of an AP is 40. Seventh term it is 40. Sum of the first 13 terms. 13 terms sum he is asking. T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, T9, T10, 11, 12, 13. So total 13 terms are there. 6 terms to the left, 6 terms to the right. Middle value is nothing but the average. So how to compute the middle value? Number of terms in left hand side should be equivalent to number of terms in right hand side. If the number of terms are even, that middle value is not the value which is present in the series. That is my next question. So what is the best thing to use here? Average is nothing but Sn by n. It is also given by the middle value. It is also given by the middle value. Middle value is given 40. Total 13 terms I want the value. Total 13 terms are there. 13 into 40. Answer is nothing but 520. A simple basic foundation question. How to use the definition of an average. Average is nothing but sum of the quantities by the number of quantities, and it is also called the middle value. This is the application of the concept in this problem. Now you might ask me, sir, can you do some more questions where the number of terms is nothing but an even number? But before that, let us do another practice question. Every model we will try to cover. Kindly listen to the class with an utmost attention. Example number 2. Sum of 25 terms. Sum of 25 terms in AP, it is 500. T13. Sum of 25 terms in AP is 500. T13. 25 terms are there. That means there are 12 terms to the left. There are 12 terms to the right. 12 terms to the left, 12 terms to the right. What is the middle value? Middle value is nothing but the average. T13 is nothing but middle value. Middle value is given by average, which is sum of the quantities by number of the quantities. So 500 by 25. Answer is nothing but 20. Answer is nothing but 20. Either the nth term will be given, or sum of n terms can be asked, or sum of n terms can be given, or nth term can be asked. Here the number of terms are odd number. That is the reason I got a particular term, or in simple non-mathematical language, middle value became a middle term. There are 12 terms to the left, there are 12 terms to the right. Middle value is T13. Middle value is Sn by n. T13 is S25 by 25. 500 by 25, answer is 20. One more example. Example 3. What if the number of terms are odd? Sum of 10 terms in an AP. Sum of 10 terms in an AP is 80. T6, how much it is? Sum of 10 terms in an AP is 80. T6. What is the difference between first two questions and example 3? Number of terms in this question, it is an even number. Previously, it is an odd number. 10 terms, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, T9, T10. If you observe, there are 5 terms to the left and 5 terms to the right. What is the middle value? Middle value is nothing but 5.5. 5.5 is nothing but the middle value. Middle value can be determined by using Sn by n, which is 80 by 10, which is nothing but 8. But 8 is for T 5.5. I want T6. So answer for this question is cannot be determined uniquely. Cannot be determined uniquely, or in bracket, it depends on values of A comma D. It depends of values of A comma D. I hope it is clear. See, in the number of terms, if it is an odd number, there are some terms to the left, some terms to the right. Directly I got the middle value. But here the middle value is nothing but in decimal value. T 5.5 value is 8. But I want T6 value. So answer is cannot be determined uniquely, or it depends on the values of A comma D. Example 3. Example 4. I will create as many questions as possible in addition to the existing questions so that you will get an idea. Example 4. T8 is nothing but 25. Sum of 16 terms in AP series. Sum of 16 terms in AP series. T8 is 25. 8th term is given as 25. Sum of 16 terms. There are 8 terms to the left side and there are 8 terms to the right side. So there is a middle value. Middle value is nothing but T8.5. But according to the question, T8 value is given as 25. If you know the value of T8.5, you should have got the answer. But it is T8. So answer is cannot be determined uniquely. Cannot be determined uniquely, or A and D values should be known. Or A and D values should be known. If you know the values of A and D, you can determine the value of it. But we do not know the first term, we do not know the common difference. So you cannot solve it. Simple question, what we did, we nth Tn we did it, Sn. Reverse also we did it. We found out the correlation between middle value and sum of n terms and we used it. I think 5 problems, it is very clear to you. Next one, please write down, sir. Next one, suppose because it is nth term, example 5. Suppose if it is 1, it is 5, it is 9, or otherwise, and so on up to 41, and so on up to 41, and so on up to 41. Right, find Tn such that nth value is nothing but 41. The series is in arithmetic progression. The series is in arithmetic progression. What most of the students will do who are habituated with formulae based learning, Tn is A plus n minus 1 into D. Tn is 41. 41 is nothing but 1 plus n minus 1 into 4. D is nothing but either T2 minus T1 or T3 minus T2. Difference between any two consecutive terms. So n minus 1 is nothing but 10. N value is nothing but 11. N value is nothing but 11. I hope it is clear. N value is nothing but 11. This is one way to solve. But if you know this way and you are using formulas, you don't need Anil Nair as a mentor, right? You want to learn something different. You want to solve the problem through a different prism altogether. This is method 1 of solving the question. Method 1 of solving the question. Now see here. Method 2. I want everybody to get habituated with these. Method number 2. What is method number 2? See here. 1, 5, 9 and so on up to 41 and so on up to 41. So what is each number gap? Each number gap value is 4. Gap value is nothing but 4. Total gap values. Total gap value is nothing but 40, which is nothing but 41 minus 1. Total gaps is 40. Each gap value is 4. So the number of gaps. So number of gaps will be, how much we got? Right, 40 by 4, which is nothing but 10. Previous question, what we got? 41 equivalent to 1 plus n. Here I will write it nicely. 41 equivalent to 1 plus n minus 1 into 4. So these is nothing but n value 11, we got it. Number of gaps are 10. If the number of gaps are 2, totally how many values are there? 3. If the number of gaps are 3, totally how many values are there? 4. If the gap, here the gap is nothing but 2. The number of terms are 3. Number of gaps are 10. So the number of terms will be 11. This gap you should probably know it. Why this gap? The same thing I am going to do it in geometric progression also. 159 till 41. Each and every 2 terms gap is 4. Total gap is 40. So number of gaps is 10. If there are 2 gaps, there are 3 terms. If there are 10 gaps, there are 11 terms. I hope the idea it is clear. One more question which we will solve. One more question. 2, 7, 12, 17 and so on up to 52. 2, 7, 12, 17 and so on up to 52. What is each gap value? 5. What is the total gap value? Total gap is nothing but 52 minus 2. 50. That means total how many gaps are there? 50 by 5, 10. So if 10 gaps are there, totally how many terms are there? 11 terms are there. Are you all with me? In case if you are confused, I don't want to use formula in any of the problem. Right formula will numb your mind. 52 is 2 plus n minus 1 into 5. So n is nothing but 11. This is something not to be used unless and until it is required. Unless and until it is required, you don't need to use it. Now, another question. Example number 6. You don't need to worry about as many examples as possible. 3xyz, comma 27 are in arithmetic progression. Find xyz. 3xyz. They are in arithmetic progression. Find xyz. You don't need to do it. Just now we discussed average is nothing but the first term plus last term by 2. So average is also nothing but the middle value. 3 plus 27 by 2. 30 by 2, it is nothing but 15. So 15 is nothing but the middle value. 15 is nothing but the middle value. So what is the value which we got? 3x comma 15 comma z comma 27. This is the middle value for these both. So these is nothing but 18 by 2, 9. This is the middle value for these both. 42 by 2, which is 21. So answer is 3, 9, 15, 27. These are the values of xyz. X is 9, y is 15, z is 21. Again I am repeating, average is nothing but first term plus last term by 2. 3 plus 27 by 2. Y value is nothing but 15. Y is 15. If these three are in AP, x is nothing but the middle term. So which is 3 plus 15 by 2. Z is nothing but the middle term for 15 plus 27 by 2. Even average is nothing but first term plus last term by 2 can also be used to solve a lot of problems. Remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 terms in this series. If there are 5 terms in the series, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, middle value is nothing but T3. So T3 happens to be 5. T3 happens to be 5. I hope the idea it is clear. Suppose you don't want to use these logic. Some more concepts. 3 comma x comma y comma z comma 27. The series is in AP. The series is in AP. So another way to look at it. Once 1 gap, 2 gap, 3 gap, 4 gap. Totally 4 gaps is there. 4 gaps is nothing but 27 minus 3, which is 24. So each gap value is nothing but 6. So 3 plus 6 9, 3 plus 6 9, 9 plus 6 15, 15 plus 6 21, 21 plus 6 27. You can also do by using the gap way. Gap is nothing but, right, 4 gaps are there, which is 24. Each gap value is nothing but 6. 4 gaps value is nothing but highest value minus lowest value. 4 gaps is 24. Each gap value is 6. So 3 plus 6 9, 9 plus 6 15, 15 plus 21, 21 27. Like that, some of these nothing but XYZ are nothing but the 3 arithmetic means between 3 and 27. Between 3 and 27. Don't look at arithmetic mean as an complicated problem. Just by visualization, you will be able to get it. Another example. 3 comma A1 comma or 2 comma A1 comma A2 comma and so on up to AN comma 40 it is there. 2 comma A1 comma A2 A3 and so on up to A40 it is there. Find the value of A6. The series is in arithmetic progression. Find the value of A6 and also find the value of A1 plus A9. Find the value of A2 plus A8. Find the value of A3 plus A7. Find the value of A4 plus A6. Find the value of A4 plus A6. Right? Now let us do one by one. So totally how many terms are there? 9 terms are there. Left hand side to right hand side 40. Totally there are 11 terms are there. If 11 terms are there, there are 5 terms to the left. There are 5 terms to the left and there are 5 terms to the right. There are 5 terms to the left and there are 5 terms to the left, right. What are that 5 terms? Let us see. 2, A1, A2, A3, A4. Here it is A5. Here it is A6, A7, A8, A6, A7, A8, A9 and A10. A8, A9 and A10. I hope it is clear. 9 terms, left hand side to right hand side 40. Total 11 terms are there. 5 to the left, 5 to the right. A6 value we cannot determine. A6 cannot be determined uniquely. But you can find out A5 value. A5 is nothing but the middle value. Middle value is nothing but first term plus last term by 2, which is nothing but 42 by 2. It is nothing but 21. I hope the idea it is clear. So it is nothing but 21. Based upon this average concept, I can do A5. Based upon the gap concept, I will do A6 letter. By using this concept, A5 can be determined because A5 is the middle term. Now if you see here, this A5 is the middle term. Now already we discussed, if the series is in AP, first term plus last term by 2 is equivalent to second term plus second last term by 2. It is equivalent to third term plus third last term by 2. I wanted to teach you an application part of it. Third term plus third last term by 2. Now if you see here, this is nothing but first term plus last term by 2, which is nothing but 21. 21 is nothing but A1 plus A9 by 2. Are you all with me? Right? It is also nothing but second term plus second last term by 2, third term plus third last term by 2, fourth term plus fourth last term by 2, fifth term plus fifth last term by 2. Answer is 21 into 2, 42. All these answer, you don't need to determine A1 and A9. Answer is nothing but 42. Why? Because in an arithmetic progression, first term and last term sum is equivalent to second term and second last term. It is also equivalent to third term plus third last term by 2. 2 plus 40 by 2 is nothing but second term plus second, 2 to 2 if it is cancel, first term plus last term is equivalent to second term plus second last term and third term plus third last term. I hope the idea it is clear. In case if you want A6 value, in case if you want A6 value, 2A1, A2, A3 and so on up to A9 comma 40. A9 comma 40. Total gap value is 38. 40 minus 2. How many gaps are there? So totally, if 3 terms are there, there are 2 gaps. If there are 11 terms are there, there are 10 gaps, which is resulting in a value of 38. So each gap value is nothing but 3.8. So these is nothing but 2 plus 3.8, 5.8 plus 3, 9.6 plus 3.8, 13.4. These is nothing but 17.2. These is nothing but 21. These is nothing but 24.8 and so on up to 40 and so on. What value we require? We require A6 value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So totally 11 terms are there. 5 to the left, 5 to the right, 5 to the left, 5 to the right. So these is nothing but we will get the value of A6 or A7. Any value can be determined by using these gap concept. I hope the idea is clear. I hope the idea of finding out the gap value, I think it is clear. One sample question and every possible variety of question which we will solve it. I hope it is clear. One smart student might ask me a question, sir, what if the question is 3x, y, z, 27. They are in geometric progression. Find the value of XYZ. Find the value of XYZ. Please make a note. This doubt also you might get it. Geometric mean. Geometric mean is nothing but the middle value. It is nothing but the middle value. It is always square root of first term into last term. It is always second term into second last term. It is always equivalent to third term into third last term. Third term into third last term. I hope the idea is clear. Geometric mean is always the middle value. Remember, sir, arithmetic mean is nothing but in number system plus. Geometric progression, it is nothing but it is into. I hope it is clear. In arithmetic progression is called as SI. In geometric progression, it is called as CI. This is the relationship between number system, arithmetic and algebra. What we call in number system as mathematical operators, plus in arithmetic we call it as SI and CI. In algebra we gave it a different nomenclature, that is AP and GP. Remaining all remains the same. It is just that the naming that is given to a particular thing with respect to the topic. What we add, we called it as plus in number system. In arithmetic, it is simple interest. In algebra, it is arithmetic progression. So previously it is plus. Right now it is into. I hope the idea is clear. I have seen a lot of people doing various formulae based things. You don't need any formulas, sir. Now once you understand, it's all about knowing the concept. 3 xyz comma 27, they are in geometric progression. Find xyz. Find xyz. Now see here, find xyz. Y is nothing but the middle term. Middle term is given by the square root of first term into last term. So it is root 81, which is nothing but 9. So these are nothing but 3x comma 9 comma z comma 27. X is nothing but the middle term of these two values, root of 3 into 9. These are nothing but the middle term of these two values. These are nothing but root of 9 into 27. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. Once you understand it, it is extremely easy, sir. If y is nothing but the middle value is nothing but square root of first term into last term. Middle value is nothing but square root of first term into last term if the series is in GP. If the series is in GP. I hope the idea is clear. Middle value is root of 3 into 27. X will become root of 3 into 9. Z will become root of 9 into 27. So these are nothing but 3 root 3. These are nothing but 9 root 3. So what are all the values it will be there? One will be 3. Another will be 3 root 3. Another will be 9. Another is nothing but 9 root 3. Another is nothing but 27. Another is nothing but 27. I hope it is clear, right? So first question, I think it should be extremely clear to you. Now second question, this is again an original exam question, sir. Second one, it is an original exam question. What is this question? We will see. If 7 times the 7th term, 7 times the 7th term is equivalent to 11 times the 11th term, method 1, then we will discuss the shortcut approach. 7 times 7th term is a plus 6d. 11 into 11th term is nothing but a plus 10d. Why? Because Tn is nothing but a plus n minus 1 into d. Tn is nothing but a plus n minus 1 into d. So these 7a plus 42d, it is nothing but 11a plus 110d, which is nothing but 4a plus 68d is nothing but 0. So 4 into a plus 17d, it is nothing but 0. 17d is nothing but T18. T18 is nothing but 0. So what we did, it is nothing but the formula based question. Directly we substituted the formula and we got the answer. Praveen, and we got the answer. It is a pure formula based question. It is pure a formula based question, but there is a right beautiful conclusion that can be drawn. Let us see that conclusion. 7 times the 7th term is equivalent to 11 times the 11th term. So I just used Tn as a plus n minus 1 into d. Here also it is a plus n minus 1 into d. Please make a note of method number 2. Method number 2. A into Ta is nothing but B into Tb. It is always Ta plus B is 0. Please make a note. 7 times the 7th term equivalent to 11 times the 11th term. T into T7 equivalent to 11 into T11. T7 plus 11. T18 it is 0. 8 times the 8th term equivalent to 12 times the 12th term. And what will be the answer? 8 plus 12. T20 equivalent to 0. 5 times the 5th term equivalent to 9 times the 9th term. What it will be equal? T14 will be equivalent to 0. I hope this idea is clear. A into TA equivalent to B into TB. TA plus B will always be equivalent to 0. TA plus B, it is always equivalent to 0. Another question and another learning from this question. Now, another question. I hope it is clear. Kindly reply. Again, it is an original CAT question, sir. Original CAT question. Original CAT question. Right? Generally, most of the students will take around 2 minutes to solve this question. I will try to solve the question in less than 20 seconds. Anil Nayar's way of solving this question. Sum of first 11 terms in an AP is equivalent to sum of first 19 terms in same AP. Sum of 11 terms T1, T2, T3 till T5, T6, T7 till T11. Next is T12, T13 and so on up to T19. What is that he is asking? Sum of 11 terms in an AP. Sum of first 11 terms in an AP is equivalent to sum of 19 terms it is an AP. There are 19 terms in a series and there are 11 terms sum is equivalent to entire 19 terms. So what does that signify? Last 8 terms sum, it has to be 0. Last 8 terms sum, it will be 0 because sum of first 11 and sum of next 8 is nothing but total sum of 19. I hope you are all there with me. Sum of first 11 plus sum of next 8, it is nothing but total sum of 19. Last 8 terms sum is 0. Last 8 terms sum is 0. What is last 8 terms? We will see. Till 11 we did it. Last 8 terms is T12, T13, T14, T15, T16, T17, T18, T19. There are 4 to the left and 4 to the right. What is the middle value? T15.5. It is 0. Why the middle value will be 0? Because the sum it is 0. Middle value is nothing but the average. Average is given by sum of the quantities by number of the quantities. Average is given by sum of the quantities by number of the quantities. If the sum is 0, average of the last 8 terms will be 0, which is T15.5 will be 0. Now what is the question that he is asking? Sum of the first 30 terms. What do you mean by 30 terms? 15 terms to the left and 15 terms to the right. 15 to the left, 15 to the right. What is the middle value? 15.5. Middle value is nothing but T15.5. So T15.5 is 0. Sum also will be 0. Very, very beautiful question. What is the root cause of this problem? The last 8 terms average is nothing but the average of the given question series. Last 8 terms, whatever average that you got, that is nothing but the average of the given question series. 11 terms is equivalent to 19 terms. Sum of first 11 is equivalent to sum of total 19. That means the last 8 terms sum is 0. Last 8 terms sum is 0. 4 to the left, 4 to the right. Middle value of last 8 terms will be 0. Which is T15.5 is 0. If 15.5 is 0, if the average is 0, sum will be 0 because average is sum of the quantities by the number of quantities. I hope it is clear. Again I am explaining. Whatever you are getting in the last 8 terms average, that is nothing but the average of the given question. That is nothing but the average of the given question. Very logical way to solve. In fact, if you want another important note, please make a note of it. Another important note. SA equivalent to SB S A plus B equivalent to 0. If sum of A terms equivalent to sum of B terms, then sum of A plus B will be 0. Sum of 30 terms is equivalent to sum of 40 terms. 30 plus 40, sum of 70 terms will be 0. Sum of 70 terms will be 0. If anybody asks you, can you please tell the proof why it is happening? You can easily say, sum of 30 terms is T1 to T30. Sum of 40 terms is 31, 32, 33 till T40. Sum of these first 30 terms is equivalent to sum of the total 40 terms. That means last 10 terms sum is 0. Last 10 terms sum is 0. If last 10 terms sum is 0, average of these last 10 terms will also be 0. Average of the last 10 terms sum will be 0. What is the average? 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. What is the middle value? T 35.5. If T 35.5 is 0, 70 terms means 35 to the left, 35 to the right. Middle value is T 35.5. It is also 0. SA equivalent to SB, SA plus B equivalent to 0. SA equivalent to SB, SA plus B equivalent to 0. Similarly, another conclusion also, you can do it every possible model which we will discuss. SA equivalent to B, SB equivalent to A, SA plus B equivalent to minus of A plus B. Please write down. SA equivalent to B, SB equivalent to A, SA plus B is nothing but minus of A plus B. You can solve it by taking some examples and do it. You will be able to draw the conclusion. I hope this model is also clear to you. I hope this model is also clear to you. Another one, please see here, sir. First method 1, then I will discuss method number 2. Method 1 and method 2. Praveen, method 1 and method 2. Okay, coffee. Right, method 1. Method 1 is Sn is nothing but 3n square plus 4n. 3n square. If I put n value 1, this will become S1. S1 means sum of one term, which is nothing but A, which is 3 plus 4, which is nothing but 7. If I put n value 2, sum of two terms is, first term is A, second term will be A plus D, which is 3 into 2 square plus 4 into 2, which is nothing but 20, which is 2A plus D is nothing but 20. These 14 plus D is nothing but 20. D value is nothing but 6. D value is nothing but 6. A value is nothing but 7. D value is nothing but 6. T6 is A plus 5D. So answer is 37. This is nothing but a formula based learning. This is nothing but the formula based approach. Formula based approach. This is how most of the students will do it, and that is how it is taught in almost all the textbooks. Right, n equivalent to 1. Sum of one term, only one term it is there, it becomes A. Sum of two terms, first term A, second term A plus D. I hope the idea is clear. A is 7 and D is 6. T6 is A plus 5D. This is a formula based approach. Now please write down Anil Nayar's way of solving. Every question, traditional method and an optimal method. Anil Nayar's way of solving. Very, very easy question it is. if the sum of n terms is of the form an square plus bn, d is given by 2 into a. Please make a note. If the series is of the form an square plus bn, d is nothing but 2 into a. Because if I do the first derivative, I will get n. If I do the second derivative, I will get constant. Common difference is definitely constant. Common difference is definitely constant. Sn is 3n square plus 4n. D is nothing but 3 into 2, 6. Anyway, if n value is 1, a value will become 7. So T6 is nothing but 7 plus there are 5 gaps. 5 into 6, 30. 30 plus 7 is 37. Sn is an square plus bn. Answer D is nothing but 2 into a. What is D here? D is nothing but the common difference between the given terms. Sn is an square plus bn. D is 2 into a. How I got this? I got this based on the double differentiation concept. I got it based on the double differentiation concept. Please write down one more question. If Sn is 5n square plus 3n, what is T8 value? Directly you will get D is nothing but 10, A is nothing but 8. T8 is nothing but lowest value plus 7 gaps. So answer for this question is 78. Answer for this question is 78. I hope the idea is clear. Answer is 78. This model, I think it is clear. Another model. Now, this already we solved it. Each gap value is nothing but 7. Total gap value is 636 minus 6, 630. That means total 90 gaps are there. If there are 90 gaps are there, there are 91 terms are there. Finish. So n value is 91. Number of terms is always given by n. So answer is 91. You don't need to use any of the formulae if you understand these logic. Right? Basic understanding of AP is nothing but plus, GP is nothing but into. GP is nothing but into. Second question. Sn is given by an square plus bn plus c. Already we discussed D is nothing but 2 into A. Answer for this question is 2 times the coefficient of n square. 2 times the coefficient of n square. I hope the idea is clear. Another. Various models in every question. 30, 27, 24, 21. These are nothing but a decreasing series. These are nothing but the decreasing series. If I take decreasing series, I have to do in such a way that the maximum value it is there. Now if you see here 30, 27, 24, 21 and so on. Now if you see here, these are nothing but and so on up to, if I get after 0, this will be 3, 6, 9. That means after 0 the series will be minus 3, minus 6 and everything. If it is minus 3, minus 6, the value will decrease. I want till here. That means these 3 10s are 30, 3 9s are 27, 3 zeros are 0, 0 to 10. Totally how many terms I need to take? 11 terms I need to take. 11 terms I need to take. Answer should be a multiple of 11. No. Sum of the odd places minus sum of the even places. Sum of the odd places minus sum of the even places. Answer is 165. Or in case if you want to use a formula, it is, you don't need to use it unless and until it is required. N by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. 11 by 2 into 2 into 30 plus 10 into minus 3. 60 minus 30, 30. So 11 into 15, which is 165. Why I took answer should be a multiple of n, because here Sn is n into some other number. Obviously Sn should be a factor multiple of n. I hope it is clear. So what we did, because the series is a decreasing series, I know that after 0 the value will keep decreasing, minus 3, minus 6 and so on. So I have to do till 0. 3 0, all these numbers are multiples of 3. 3 zeros are 3, 3 tens are 30. 0 to 10 totally I got 11 terms. Answer should be a multiple of 11. Answer should be a multiple of 11. I hope the idea it is clear. Next one, it is this question, 3, 4, all are very good questions, all are examination related questions. Please write down. First key points. Interior angle plus exterior angle. Interior angle plus exterior angle, it is always 180 degrees. Interior angle plus exterior angle, it is always 180 degrees. Why it is? If it is theta, that is interior angle, it is exterior angle. Because it's a straight line, total angle is 180. So interior plus exterior, it is nothing but 180. First point, it is clear. Second point, exterior angle is nothing but 180 minus interior angle. Exterior angle is nothing but 180 minus interior angle. Second key point, sum of all exterior angles. This point is extremely important, sir. Sum of all exterior angles. Sum of all exterior angles in a convex polygon. In a convex polygon, it is always 360 degrees. Sum of all exterior angles in a convex polygon, it is always 360 degrees. In any way, geometry polygon class I will prove it, but right now I will prove it by diagrams. If I take a square, 90, 90, 90, exterior 90, 90, 90, 90, again it is 360. If I take an equilateral triangle, 60, 60, 60, exterior 120, exterior 120, exterior 120, 120, 120, 120. What is sum of three angles? It is 360. Very important point. Sum of all exterior angles. Sum of all exterior angles in a convex polygon, it is nothing but 360 degrees. Sum of all exterior angles in a convex polygon, it is 360 degrees. Exterior angle is nothing but 180 minus interior angle. Exterior angle is nothing but 180 minus interior angle. Second key point. Once you understand these key points, then problem will be very logical. You can avoid a lot of these things. Suppose if I see 1, 2, 3, 4, the difference is constant, the series is in AP. If I put a minus sign, still the difference is constant, which is minus 1, the series will be in AP. If I add a value 180 minus 1, 180 minus 2, 180 minus 3, 180 minus 4, again the series will be in AP. I hope it is clear. Now why am I doing this? Interior plus exterior, it is nothing but 180. So exterior is nothing but 180 minus interior. That means if the interior angles I1, I2, I3 I1, I2, I3, if they are in AP, minus I1, minus I2, minus I3, they are also in AP. I hope it is clear, right? Above example, minus I1, minus I2, minus I3, they are in AP. 180 minus I1, 180 minus I2, 180 minus I3, they are also in AP. Always remember, if the interior angles are in AP, if the interior angles are in AP, exterior angles are also in AP. Exterior angles, they are also in AP. If the interior are in AP, exterior will also be in AP. But only thing is, fourth key point, interior, exterior, there is a minus side before interior. If the interior is minimum, exterior will be maximum. If the exterior is maximum, interior will be minimum. Or if the interior is maximum, exterior will be minimum. Interior and exterior are equated with a negative sign. If right hand side is minimum, left hand side will be maximum. If the right hand side is maximum, left hand side will be minimum. Left hand side will be minimum. I hope this idea is clear. Again, important key points. Interior plus exterior angle in a convex polygon is 180 degrees. Point number 1. Point number 2. If the interior angles are in AP, exterior angles are also in AP. Point number 2. Point number 3. If the interior is maximum, exterior is minimum. If the interior is minimum, exterior is maximum. These 4 key points are enough. You don't need any formulae to solve this question. If the interior angle of a convex polygons are in AP, interior smallest is minimum beta, smallest is 120 degrees, interior plus exterior is 180, exterior is 180 minus interior, interior is smallest, exterior is largest. So exterior angle largest is nothing but 180 minus 120, which is 60. Largest is 60, it cannot go out. The number common difference is 5 degrees. Because it is largest, the value will keep decreasing by 5. The value will keep decreasing by 5. Do it till the sum is 360. 100, 180, 180, 190, 250. 35, 30. 25, 20. 20 plus 20, 40, 40 plus 60, 100. These is nothing but 110 degrees. These is nothing but 250 degrees. 250 plus 110, it is 360 degrees. Sum of the exterior angle is 360 degrees. How many exterior angles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are total 9 exterior angles. If there are 9 exterior angles, how many sides it will have? 9 sides it will have. How many it will have? 9 sides it will have. I hope the idea it is clear. So answer is number of sides 9. There is no formula usage of Sn is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Interior plus exterior is 180. Exterior is 180 minus interior. Interior it is 120 degrees. Exterior largest is 60 degrees. Largest 60. Common difference is 5. Keep on decreasing 5 until you get the sum 360. Until you get the sum 360. So we got the sum 360. Totally how many exteriors are there? Totally 9 exterior angles are there. So how many sides it will have? 9 sides it will have. I hope the idea it is clear. Same question, one more also we will solve. The interior angles of a polygon are in AP. Okay, interiors are in AP. Interior plus exterior is 180 degrees. Interior plus exterior is 180 degrees. Exterior is 180 minus interior. Interior is minimum 100 degrees. Exterior Largest is nothing but 80 degrees. Common difference is 4, 80. Next is 76, 72. Remember sum of the exterior angles. Sum of the exterior angles, it is always 360 degrees. That means unit digit should be 0. 68, 64, 60. Let us see what is the count. 80, 140, 140 plus 120, 260, 320, 320 plus 20. How much it is? So here it is 80. It is 140 plus 6 plus 2. Here it is 180 plus 8 plus 4. 180 plus 140, which is, how much it is? 320. It is exceeding it. That means I will remove this 60. If I remove this 60, this is how you should solve it. If it is greater than 360, remove that next value. 80 plus 140 plus 8. Next it is 120 plus 12. These 340 plus 20, which is 360. So how many exterior angles I got? 5 exterior angles I got. So totally how many sides will be there? 5 sides will be there. 5 sides will be there. Shivam, when we are discussing algebra, you are asking number system question, right? Please WhatsApp this question. Please don't take the topic out of your, you got a doubt does not mean that I will skip my topic and take your doubt, right? Please WhatsApp, right? And whenever you are putting a comment also, see the heading. Heading is algebra workshop. When it is algebra, please ask algebra. I hope it is clear. Next. But still I will help you out. Take the LCM of 20, 30, 40, 50. You will get this answer. Right? Now, another note. Please write down. Note. Note. Very, very important concept. There is a series A. There is a series B. Series A and series B. Now, listen carefully, sir. SAN by SBN. What is SAN? SAN is nothing but sum of n terms in series A. Sum of n terms in series A. What is SBN? Sum of n terms in series B. Sum of n terms in series B. This is the definition, right? There are two different series. There are two different series. There are two different series. What do you mean by two different series? Either their first term is different, or the common difference is different, or both of them could be different. SAN by SBN. Sn is given by n by 2 into 2a1 plus n minus 1 into d1. These n by 2 into 2a2 plus n minus 1 into d2. n by 2, n by 2 cancel. n by 2, n by 2 cancel. Replace n by 2n minus 1 in right hand side. If I replace n by 2n minus 1 in right hand side, let us see what is happening. SAN by SBN is 2a1 plus 2n minus 2 into d1 divided by 2a2 plus 2n minus 2 into d2. 2 common. These a1 plus n minus 1 into d1. These a2 plus n minus 1 into d2. These are nothing but TAN by TBN. Please make a note of it, sir. Extremely important point. Sum of n terms ratio. sum of n terms ratio becomes the nth term ratio if I replace n by 2n minus 1 in right hand side. If I replace n by 2n minus 1 in right hand side, then sum of n terms ratio will become nth term ratio. Sum of n terms ratio will become nth term ratio if you replace n by 2n minus 1. Replacing n by 2n minus 1 will make sum of n terms ratio nth term ratio. Will make n terms ratio nth term ratio. Now, because we discussed this, let us do question number C. Concept is SAN by SBN, which is 4n plus 1 by 3n minus 3. So, I want TA7 by TB7. If I want TAN by TBN, if I want TAN by TBN, these is nothing but replace n by 2n minus 1. Replace n by 2n minus 1. So, these is nothing but 8n minus 3 divided by 6n minus 6. So, it is nothing but 8 into 7 minus 3 by 6 into 7 minus 6. 53 by 42 minus 6, 36. Directly without finding the values of A1, D1, A2, D2, you will get direct answer. A 2 minutes question can be solved in 10 seconds if you know the approach. What is the approach? SAN by SBN. Sum of n terms ratio becomes the nth term ratio if n is replaced by 2n minus 1 in right hand side. If n is replaced by 2n minus 1 in right hand side, then sum of n terms ratio becomes the nth term ratio. I hope this idea is clear. This is one way to solve the question. This is one way to solve this question. This is method 1. I will tell you multiple methods. At the end, student will decide which method to be used one. Method number 1. Method number 2. Method number 2. SAN by SBN, which is nothing but n by 2 into 2A1 plus n minus 1 into D1 divided by n by 2 into 2A2 plus n minus 1 into D2. n by 2, n by 2 cancel. So, if I divide it by 2, A1 plus n minus 1 by 2 into D1 divided by A2 plus n minus 1 by 2 into D2. But what I want? This method 2, sir. What I want? I want TA7 by TB7, which is A1 plus 6D1 by A2 plus 6D2. If you observe closely, I want A1 plus 6D1. n minus 1 by 2 is nothing but 6. n minus 1 by 2 is 6. n is nothing but 13. Wherever n is there, substitute 13, you will get the answer. 4 into 13 plus 1 divided by 3 into 13 minus 3. So, it is 53 by 36. It is 53 by 36. I hope 2 methods are clear to you. Method number 1, sum of n terms ratio becomes the nth term ratio if I replace n by 2n minus 1, or you don't want to replace it, you can use this logic. N by 2 into 2A1 plus n minus 1 into D1. n by 2, n by 2 cancels. A1 plus n minus 1 by 2 into D1. I hope it is clear. N minus 1 by 2. I want 6D1. So, this is clear. This is clear. I hope it is clear. Now, I will come to A and B right now. So, let us do this exam related question. SAN by SBN which is 5n plus 4 divided by 9n plus 6. Replace n with 2n minus 1. 5 into 2n minus 1 plus 4 divided by 9 into 2n minus 1 plus 6. 10n minus 1 divided by 18n minus 3. I want 18th term. 10 into 18 minus 1 divided by 18 into 18 minus 3. Answer is 179 divided by 140. 321. 18 into 18 is 324. I hope the idea is clear. It is the most repeated question in progressions and also an original exam replica question. Sum of n terms becomes the nth term if I replace n by 2n minus 1 in right hand side. If I replace n by 2n minus 1 in right hand side, then I will get this answer. I hope the idea it is clear. Now let's go back. Any other questions are there? No. Now let's go back and solve this question. These first thing, please note every problem, please make a note of it. Sn is nothing but n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is nothing but n by 2 into 2a plus n by 2 into n into d minus n into d by 2. Every term contains n. Am I right? So first important point, sum of n terms in AP, sum of n terms in an AP. First thing, it is a quadratic expression. First thing, it is a quadratic expression because the degree it is 2 and every term contains n. Am I right? Every term contains n. Every term contains n. Every term contains n. Sum of n terms in AP, it is a quadratic expression and every term should contain n. Every term should contain n. Now see here. SAN by Bn, it is 4n plus 1 divided by 3n minus 3. First traditional method, then I will discuss Anil Nayar's method. Traditional method, how most of the students will solve it is traditional method. Now see here, SAN by SBN, this is nothing but n by 2 into 2a1 plus n minus 1 into d1 divided by n by 2 into 2a2 plus n minus 1 into d2. N by 2 cancel. This is nothing but n minus 1 into 4. 5 plus n minus 1 into 4. Because n into 4 is 4n. 5 minus 4 is plus 1. Similarly, it is n minus 1 into 3. 3n minus 3. This is nothing but 0 plus. 0 plus. I hope the idea is clear. If I take 2 common, this is like this. So what is A1 value? A1 value is nothing but 5. What is D1 value? D1 by 2 is nothing but 4. What is A2 value? It is nothing but 0. What is D2 value? D2 value is nothing but 6. So A1 you got 5, D1 you got 8, A2 you got 0, D2 you got it as 6. Substitute in the question, you will get the answer. Substitute in the question and you will get the answer. This is the traditional method, very time consuming method. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to solve the question, right? You don't need to use this method. This method is a cumbersome method, very time consuming method, very time consuming method. Now see here, Anil Nayar's way of solving. Anil Nayar's way of solving. What I will do is, see here, I will use the definition of Sn, sum of n terms, sum of n terms in AP, sum of n terms in AP. First thing, it is a quadratic expression. First thing, it is a quadratic expression. Next is every term contains n. Every term contains n. It is sum of n terms in AP. It is a quadratic expression. Quadratic expression means it should have degree 2. It should have degree 2. Now see here, SAN by SBN, which is 4n plus 1 by 3n minus 3. 4n, it is a linear, but according to the definition, sum of n terms in AP, it should be a quadratic expression. So multiply it with n in the numerator and denominator, n into 3n minus 3. Sir, why did you not do it with n plus 2? If I do it with n plus 2 or n minus 2 or anything, I am getting a value constant. In sum of n terms in AP, there is no constant. Every term contains n. N by 2 into 2a contains n. N by 2 into n into d contains n. N by 2 into minus d also contains n. Every term contains n. Every term contains n. I cannot do it with n plus 2 and everything. 2 into 1 is 2, 2 into minus 3 is minus 6. There is no term which contains constant. That is the reason I multiplied with n. So answer is nothing but 5 into 4 into 5 plus 1, 21. 5 into 3 into 5, 15 minus 3, which is 12. So answer for the first question is 21 by 12. SAN by SBN is n into 4n plus 1 by n into 3n minus 3. So n value 5. So that's, otherwise you have to do A1 D1 A2 D2. That you don't need to do it. So what is the condition? SAN by SBN, it is nothing but n1 into n1 n2 I will write. Just the suffix could be different also. Divided by n2 into 3n2 minus 3. This is the basic idea. Now see here, SA7 divided by SB9. Single step, you got the answer. 7 into 4 into 7, 28 plus 3, 31. 9 into 27 minus 3, 26. Answer is 216 divided by 2, 9 6 are 54, 5, 234. I hope the idea is clear. Why are we multiplying? I hope it is clear. Very, very easy question. Each and every problem right after the class is over, please watch it again. You will understand the logical way of solving progressions rather than the mathematical way of solving the progressions. Why I multiplied with n? Because sum of n terms in AP, it is nothing but a quadratic expression. But in the question it is given linear. Converting linear into quadratic. So I did it with n1 into 4n1 multiplied with the numerator and denominator, right? If otherwise you have to do A1 D1 A2 D2. I hope it is clear. Next one. I hope it is. Now it is an easy question. If 6 arithmetic means A1 A2 A3 A4 A5 A6 are inserted between 1 and 9 by 2. 1 and 9 by 2. Now see here. How many gaps are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 gaps are there. 7 gaps are there. 7 gap value is nothing but total gap value is 9 by 2 minus 1. 7 gaps is nothing but 7 by 2. Each gap value, it is nothing but 1 by 2 over 1. 1 by 2, 0.5, 1.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 and plus 0.5. These are the 6 arithmetic means. Very, very easy question. Fourth arithmetic mean. First, second, third, fourth. So, fourth arithmetic mean, the value is nothing but, fourth arithmetic mean, the value is nothing but 3. I hope the idea is clear. Now, next level questions are very little level 2 questions. So, what we'll do is, if I take too many questions at the time, it might be little difficult for you to digest it. Now what I'll do is, what I discussed right now, please take time and understand it. So what we'll do is, we will start with this problem. We will start with this problem at 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. we will take algebra workshop 4. 4:30 p.m. algebra workshop 4 we will take it, and we'll continue with that time so that it will be fresh, because these are all questions. You might ask me why 7C2, these a counting problem, these knowing circumradius and end radius, common number of terms, finding, these a counting problem, application, these are all little high level problems. Do not miss 4:30 to 6. Some good problems which we are solving. Question contains numerical values, answer contains variables. Various set of questions I am going to solve. 4:30 p.m. I thought of taking from 2 to 4, but some are little advanced. I don't want you to miss out understanding this one. So we will stop it here and we'll come back again at 4:30 p.m. Thanks a lot for attending the class. From last 10 to 15 days, a lot of CAT aspirants, after watching few videos of my YouTube channel, kept on messaging me saying that, sir, I wish I watched your videos before. I wanted to enroll for an online live class course because I am not someone who is comfortable with only a pre-recorded lecture. I want someone to guide me, to inspire me, to give me a systematic, structured weekly study plan. I want someone to speak to me when I am low. I want someone to help me out, in solving few of the doubts. Please launch a live online course based on huge demand from the serious and sincere students. Starting from June 1st, I will be starting an CAT 2020 live class crash course. This entire year, I plan to launch only 2 batches. CAT exam success is nothing but learn, practice, rinse, repeat, achieve. This is the thumb rule for a CAT examination. Suppose you have watched the video lectures, then all the mock papers which I prepared, 15 mock papers video analysis of quant and LRDI also I will give it to you as a part of the course, so that you will come to know if Anil Nair is attempting the paper, on what basis he will choose the question, and probably with watching more and more video analysis, the test will be directly. I will tell you the paper, how I attempt the paper. With this you will develop a strategy on how to attempt the paper. What will be the validity of the course? Validity of the course will be 8 months from the date of joining. If you join